What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Coaster Freak Jr. and today I'm coming at you guys with another Top Thrill Dragster update and speculation video. It's been a while since our last Top Thrill Dragster update video, so we have a lot to talk about, so let's not waste any more time. First I want to talk about is the color and the theming for the new Top Thrill Dragster roller coaster. First, addressing the color, they have started to paint the supports on Top Thrill Dragster a gunmetal gray, and they have started painting the track a snow white color. So they've only painted a little bit up the top hat, and all the way back to the brake run that track is white, and those supports are all gunmetal gray. So they're not going to be doing any primer here, as they would have already painted over the primer now. So we can say without a doubt that this roller coaster is going to be white and gray. Now I do like that color combination. Would I personally want that color combination to be on the tallest ride in the middle of the park? No, I would have wanted something a little bit more flashier that would have stood out a lot more. But we also have to remember there could be some kind of light package that they're going to give the new Top Thrill Dragster roller coaster, so the white colors could definitely absorb that lighting package very well, and it could look very nice at nighttime as it lights up the sky, which I'm sure there's going to be some heavy theming to do with this, as Cedar Point needs to really theme their rides moving forward, and as much attention and effort that they're putting into Top Thrill Dragster, I definitely think there's going to be a heavy theme. Since we're talking about theming, let's move on to the theming side of things. What kind of theme can we expect for this new Top Thrill Dragster roller coaster? Well, Cedar Point has not verbally confirmed it, but they have confirmed it through their actions, as there's been lots of imagery around the construction wall and on the concrete ground by Top Thrill Dragster of racing. Yes, they've literally used the word racing now, so we know from Cedar Point themselves that this is going to be a racing theme. That's been pretty obvious at this point. Now, will it be a Formula One racing theme or a drag racing theme? We still do not know those details yet, but we can say without a doubt that this roller coaster is going to be racing inspired. Moving on to one of the more hotter topics going around lately in the community is who is reimagining this coaster. There's been a lot of YouTubers going around talking about inside sources are confirming that it is Zenperla from videos going around the internet from Cedar Point's Express Hotel's parking lot, which is where they keep the track for their new roller coasters at. There's been videos from the shipping boxes slash containers of track that has come in that says Zenperla on it, so that all but confirms that Zenperla is the company, right? Well, not necessarily. We have to remember that Cedar Point is a company that loves to not only mislead their guests in a playful way, but they're also a very secretive company when it comes to letting inside information get out to the public in any kind of way, which leads me to believe if there is any inside sources leaking information, it's definitely under the control of Cedar Point purposely leaking false information out here just to throw us off the actual truth behind this project. We also have to remember when Top Thrill Dragster was first being built back in the 2002/2003 season, Cedar Point had just recently debuted Wicked Twister, a small but yet very thrilling roller coaster. And even though that they had just recently opened Wicked Twister, Cedar Point had already poured the footers for Top Thrill Dragster. They had already started doing the groundwork and then covered it all up and hid it the entire 2002 season. We've seen Cedar Point do this throughout their existence. They are very secretive when it comes to inside information about what they're doing with what project, when they're opening or closing this ride, and how they're going to do it. And it's just hard for me to believe that all of a sudden Cedar Point's plans are just all out there for everybody to know. I don't think so. We've seen it time and time again in the past where Cedar Point deliberately placed false information, whether it was on Twitter, whether it was in the park, whether it was from Tony Clark himself, that purposely misled us to knowing what they were going to do next. And that brings me to the Zenperla shipping labels that's been going around the web. We have to remember, Cedar Point is not like any other amusement park. Not only are they the roller coaster capital of the world, but they're also a very petty park. We remember in the past when other amusement parks claim the first record for inversions or for the height or for the speed, and Cedar Point discredited them on technicalities, which, by the way, those technicalities were fair, but we're talking about a company that takes pride in their roller coasters and takes pride in blowing the minds of the world, and they do not like it at all when their plans are out there for the world to see. And you think that just one measly, none of the other track or supports that have been shipped to the Express Hotel have labels, but one measly box / shipping container has a label on it that says Zamperla, and now we're all convinced that Zamperla is the company, whether we like it or not. Now, a lot of people have been pointing this out, but that box that's sitting there at Express Hotel looks very, very old and familiar to the boxes that were being used when they shipped Wild Mouse to the park when Zamperla was building the Wild Mouse roller coaster. Now, do you think that that's a coincidence that Tony Clark didn't say, hey, keep that box, we're gonna use that in a few months, put it over there in that parking lot with that new track from Intamin, and they're gonna go crazy. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going on here. There is a chance that I'm wrong and that Zamperla is the company reimagining Top Thrill Dragster, but we also cannot overlook the fact that Tony Clark is a very cunning man, and Cedar Point is a very sneaky amusement park, and they love to play games, okay? And the fact that not only does this box highly resembles the boxes from when they were building Wild Mouse, it's the only freaking one there that has a Zamperla shipping label. We cannot take everything as facts. We cannot take everything to be the truth just because it's right there in front of our faces. Sometimes we have to read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm not saying I'm right. And I'm not advocating for Intamin or Zamperla to be reimagining Top Thrill Dragster, because personally, I like them both. Intamin, in my personal opinion, is the safer option. I would love to see Cedar Fair and Intamin heal that relationship between the two and really start building some more world-class roller coasters that this time is not only world-class from the thrill side, but also world-class from the reliability. But also, I love a good origin story. Even though Zamperla has been around for over 50 plus years in the amusement park industry, they haven't really been heavily involved on the roller coaster side of things. And I remember when RMC first came out, people were very skeptical. They said RMCs, they might be cool, they might sound good in theory, but the track is going to degrade very fast. Oh, it's never going to work. You can't take the old coaster and put a new coaster on top, yada, yada, yada. And look, now RMC is regarded as one of the best roller coaster manufacturers out there right now, next to Intamin, right? So every company has to have an origin story in every step along the way, and I feel like if Zamperla is the company indeed reimagining Top Thrill Dragster, then this is a big step for them, and I'm very excited to see how it turns out, and I'm rooting for them. I'm okay with Intamin, I'm okay with Zamperla, but I'm just saying, just because we see a few clues going around the internet and we hear a few unnamed sources claiming it's Zamperla, we cannot take that at face value. For all of you roller coaster enthusiasts that are hoping it's Intamin and your hearts are shattered that it's not, there's still a chance. And for all of you Zamperla haters or lovers, there's still a chance. It's 50-50 still. Until Cedar Point confirms who the manufacturer is, I am not claiming Zamperla or Intamin, but I just want to say that there's still a high chance that Intamin might be in this project, and that's all I'm trying to say. Let's move on to the final and best part of the video. Let's talk about the layout. Now, I was watching Lake Erie Lifestyles' newest Top Thrill Dragster update video. Shout out to Lake Erie Lifestyles. They make some phenomenal update videos. You should go check out their channel after you're done watching this video. But I was in the comment section scrolling, and I came across a user with the name of CoasterFam7315. Shouts out to you. And they commented, judging by the shape of the logo and the footers that have been done, I say it's going to be another top hat. The trains will launch in opposite directions over both top hats. A dueling launching roller coaster, basically Gemini on steroids, 420 feet in the air, okay? Now, we talked about the double top hat idea in our last Top Thrill Dragster update video, which you guys, a lot of you loved it, a lot of you hated it, and that's okay, you know? But I think this idea here that Coaster Fam brings up makes a lot more sense than the one I presented last video, right? Still double top hats, but definitely don't see it being a 500-foot top hat. But I love the idea of the dueling racing aspect of this. Now, Cedar Point, Lake Erie Lifestyles uploaded a video a few weeks ago saying that Cedar Point had filed for a building permit for a station that featured a 2-story operation booth for the operator and a dual loading platform, okay? Now, that could be dual loading on the same side or opposite sides, but if it's on opposite sides, then that kind of plays into the whole idea of the dual racing launch. Think about it. One train goes one way, you look to the right, the other train goes the other way, you look to the left, and boom, up one top hat, up the other top hat. Who's gonna go up and make it back down first to the finish line? That's very exhilarating, that's very fun, that's very exciting. Now, is it possible? Yes. Is it gonna happen? I don't know, but this is a big question I want to pose to you as we come to the closing of this video. Even if it's not a double top hat, some type of dueling coaster for dueling layout for Top Thrill Dragster would be much more needed and necessary to help with capacity issues. Because if we come back to the same idea of a LSM launch with a swing launch and the ride is over, how do you address the capacity issues? Because an LSM launch with a swing launch is going to be, the train is going to be on that track in that block section for about 60 seconds. Up the top hat, back down the top hat, up the vertical spike, back down the vertical spike, and up and over the top hat finally, right? That's a 60 seconds right there. The ride will probably be about 70-75 seconds long. And you have to remember, Top Thrill Dragster originally was only 16 seconds long. So we just added over a minute in time of ride time, and we only added one element, a vertical spike, but the ride automatically got 60 seconds longer. So we have to figure out a way, well, I mean, not we, but Cedar Point has figured out a way how if they do go with the vertical spike, how there's going to be some way that you have to have multiple trains in motion at the same time. You cannot have one train waiting while the other train is going through that block section like that. So either there's going to be some elements on the infield of Top Thrill Dragster, or there's going to have to be some switch track, definitely, but there's going to be some aspect that we're not looking at here. Because if we go with the vanilla idea of a vertical spike with an LSM launch, it's not making sense of how this could be helping Cedar Point with capacity issues on Top Thrill Dragster, because with that idea, it's automatically a 3-hour wait every single day. So I know the engineers at Zamperla or Intamin, they're big-brained individuals, and they will definitely come up with some solution to that. But in the meantime, while we sit here and speculate, you guys have some amazing ideas, amazing thoughts. So let's come together as a coaster community. Let's enjoy speculating. And while we cannot 100% accurately predict what's going to happen with Top Thrill Dragster, we can get darn close, okay? So let's come together and let's figure this out. Give me your thoughts and opinions and ideas down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you can see my other videos that are not in regards to Top Thrill Dragster, and of course turn on post notifications so you can see my videos when Cedar Point confirms everything to do with Top Thrill Dragster. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.